What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're talking Rugby Championship. It is officially going to kick off later on this year after all our June, July internationals and the British and Irish Lions tour. We are having the Rugby Championship and New Zealand are looking to host to it, and the New Zealand boss reveals South African Rugby's decision on the Rugby Championship. Now obviously last year, if we go into it, we know South Africa pulled out due to the fact that they didn't feel they were prepared enough for the tournament. Obviously South Africa hadn't played rugby since 2011, etc, etc, and Aotearoa and Super Rugby AU continued, and we hadn't really started due to our COVID-19 situation. There was a lot of debate, there was a lot of hate with it, and there was a lot of anger caused because South Africa are the world champions and everyone said they're running away, they're hiding. And you know what, everyone's got their own opinion on that. Not going to create a debate. I have my opinion. At one stage I agreed with the decision, but after watching what Argentina did, especially when they made history by beating the All Blacks, I then thought, you know what, South Africa could have taken a chance. You know, if we lose number one spot, then we lose number one spot. But you know what, I think it would have given us good preparation for the British and Irish Lions, because now, even though we have our unlocked series, we've had Currie Cup, and now we've had Preparations Cup, we've had a fair amount of rugby being played, but it's not at international level. And when you want to prepare for someone like the Lions, who is a force mixed of four brilliant nations, you want to get some good international practice, especially if you haven't played rugby since the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. So again, I can understand and get everyone's opinion on this, because health, safety comes first. But also we could have made other options. We got so many players playing overseas. Why couldn't we create a Springbok squad out of that? We've got youngsters that could have had the opportunity to really put their names on the map. Why didn't we do that? We've got a full-on normal team that could have just gone overseas. Why didn't we do that? There are too many options and debates where each person could have had their thought. Now we obviously know 2020 was a crazy year of COVID-19, and we saw tournaments postponed and all that stuff. People's lives were affected, and rightly so. You need to be concerned and you need to put your health first. Look what happened to the French rugby team in this past Six Nations. I mean, 16 members of the French rugby squad or whole on team got affected by COVID-19 by one or two mishaps. So it is a virus that can spread very quickly, and you've got to be cautious. But if you're in your bubbles and you're following by the rules and necessary procedures, it shouldn't really be a problem. I mean, we've seen Aotearoa and we've seen AU successful. Touch wood, nothing really. We've had a break or two because of the country getting a little fright here and there, but no one's really been too much affected. SA Rugby, we had a few hiccups here in South Africa, but thankfully we've got all our tournaments finished, and now we focus on the Rainbow Cup, which is coming up. But we go back to the Six Nations, the Rugby Championship. Now obviously it was held entirely in Australia due to COVID-19 last year during the pandemic. Now New Zealand want to host it, but they also want to share it around with either South Africa, Argentina or Australia. South Africa have officially ruled themselves out because of the British and Irish Lions tour, and they just want to rather focus on that before they get into the championship. Now let me state, they haven't said they're going to be out of the tournament. They're going to still be in the tournament. It says at this stage they have signaled South Africa that they do not wish to host the Rugby Championship this year, and our view at the moment is there may be a great opportunity to do co-hosting format, which is what New Zealand has said. We've got games the All Blacks are involved in. We'd love to host in New Zealand, so that will be something they're working towards. But ultimately, that's a decision for SANZAAR to make with the feedback of the venture partners as well. Australia have already said that they are pushing to host the entire championship, which is likely to be staged in September, October, which is well after the British and Irish Lions tour. So South Africa better be, if they're not in this tournament, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be a little bit pissed off. And I think a lot of you will, because I want to see the South Africans, the Springboks, play the All Blacks. I want to see them play Argentina, especially after last year. I want to see them play the Wallabies. I want a freaking Rugby Championship where South Africa are playing and competitive, and we can all just have so much fun in the streams. So there's a lot of positives here. It's not all negatives. It's good news. I agree that it shouldn't be right in South Africa right now. Keep it in Australia and keep it in New Zealand. Spread it around. Make sure the bubbles are strong and keep it that way, because we can at least guarantee crowds. South Africa are in level 1. We're doing okay with COVID-19, but we're still expecting a third wave. I think it's in May or something. So there's still a lot of question marks that we are worried about. So I, for one, unless, I mean, September, October is a long way away. Unless we can figure something out, I, for one, think just keep it in Australia, New Zealand. We've done it there before. We'll do it there again. And we can have a phenomenal tournament with crowds. Even if they boo South Africa, which I probably will, because I know there's still a few people that are still mudding with South Africa, especially when I do my rugby world ranking videos. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's a long way to go. But let's hope we can see some cracking rugby at the end of this year, with a competitiveness of the Southern Hemisphere showing off what we're made of, man. Because there's quality within. And I just want to see our Sanzel brothers playing against one another. I'm excited for that, and that's all I'm really pumped about. So I'm pleased that there's talk of Rugby Championship. I'm pleased that South Africa haven't said they're not going to be in it, but they have revealed that they do not want to co-host a tournament. And I've got no argument with that. So rugby is happening this year, and we've got loads to look forward to. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.